Right, but if you can make your clients money at the same time, it's advantageous to everyone, correct?
No. Number one rule of Wall Street. Nobody, I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett, nobody knows if the stock is going to go up, down, sideways, or in fucking circles. Least of all stockbrokers. Right? It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
No, fugazi. It's fake.
Yeah, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Right.
All right? Stay with me. Mm-hmm. We don't create shit. We don't build anything.
No.
So if you got a client who bought stock at 8 and it now sits at 16 and he's all fucking happy, he wants to cash in, liquidate, take his fucking money and run home, you don't let him do that.
Okay.
Because that would make it real.
Right.
No, what do? You get another brilliant idea. A special idea. Another situation. Another stock to reinvest his earnings and then some. And he will every single time because they're fucking addicted. And then you just keep doing this again and again and again. Meanwhile, he thinks he's getting shit rich, which he is on paper. But you and me, the brokers, we're taking home cold hard cash via commission, motherfucker.
Right.
Welcome to the Perfect Movie Podcast, the podcast it's a fugazi, it's a fugazi, it's a wazy, it's a woozy, it's fairy dust.
Fairy dust.
It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It's no matter. It's not real. I'm Michael.
I'm Kalen.
And today, we're covering 2013's The Wolf of Wall Street. Martin Scorsese's most financially successful film, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie, and a stacked cast. Aside from that,
Loosely based on the real-life shenanigans of Jordan Belfort.
of one Jordan Belfort, who wrote a book called The Wolf of Wall Street, which this is like kind of based on. A man who may have exaggerated his accomplishments, may not have. He's kind of I would say, an unreliable narrator, and we kind of get that from the very beginning of this movie. Kalen, what is your history with The Wolf of Wall Street?
The first time I ever watched this movie, I think I was like fresh out of high school, and I was really high.
Excellent.
And I remember it being like, wow, this is the longest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. And, you know, being chopped, you're just like, well, I'm in it.
Does that mean we watched it together?
Probably.
Because
Maybe.
I remember seeing this in the theaters.
Oh, I didn't watch this in the theaters. I watched this at somebody's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw this in the theaters, I think, because this was like 2013. I was born in 95, so this was like one of like the earlier rated R movies I could go, watch myself.
Yeah.
And it certainly makes use of its R rating.
It's a hard R.
It's a hard R. And it's a movie I love, although I haven't rewatched a lot. I think partially due to its runtime and partially due to its content.
I watch this movie maybe like 3 times a year, probably.
Yeah, so I think we have a pretty different relationship. And before we get too deep, the reason we're covering The Wolf of Wall Street is as a part of Numbers November, or maybe like Number Go Up November. Our theme is sort of just like rich men pursuing their wealth, or men pursuing wealth.
Yes.
And the only thing that really drives them oftentimes is number go up. So we'll be covering this.
Let's leave it a surprise. Oh, I was going to say, leave it a surprise for the next time. But no, it's okay.
I'll bleep it.
All right. Because I think that these two movies go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Really great kind of psychoanalysis of characters.
And of the mentality of a person who's driven like exclusively by wealth.
Yeah, for sure. In this movie, I mean, this guy, the whole film is like, it's about excess, right? Mm-hmm. And so you really feel that with like the characters. It's like a very heightened reality, but at the same time, like everybody is just driven. And like I was saying, so the first time I ever watched this movie, I was a teenager, and after I was done, I was like, I want to get rich so bad. Yeah. You know, like that's the crazy part about this movie is like it really makes you want to, like, the allure of it is definitely there. But then it's got the classic Scorsese bait and switch kind of thing where it's like, then it's like the slow descent into paranoia, madness, and then the eventual downfall of the character, basically.
I'm a former member of the middle class, raised by 2 accountants in a tiny apartment in Bayside, Queens. The year I turned 26 as the head of my own brokerage firm, I made $49 million. Which really pissed me off because it was 3 shy of $1 million a week.
And in 5 minutes of screen time and in one lunch, we kind of see Jordan Belfort like see the man that becomes his template for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He sees this man, he's like, I want to be exactly like him.
Yes.
And it's funny because he takes specific things from that scene and carries them on. Like Matthew McConaughey has this thing where he's like, bring us 2 absolute martinis, and then another one 7.5 minutes later, and then 5 minutes later at a time
till one of us passes the fuck out.
And then Jordan Belfort continues to order drinks that way, like multiple times through the movie.
And then also, like when he's giving his speeches to his employees, he does the at the end kind of thing. It's just like it's come full circle with this character. So.
And he's kind of like his new father figure because later Jordan Belfort actually works with his actual father.
Yeah, yeah.
And he, doesn't really respect or listen to any of the like actual functional advice that his dad is giving to him.
Right.
And he continues on this just like greedy, self-destructive path. Even when he's, facing legal challenges and for all his like insider trading that he's doing along the way to build up his wealth.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how, like, again, it's all about the mentality. And you see this mentality repeated again, that, like, these men, all they care about is wealth and accruing more things and, finding the most beautiful women.
Yeah.
Every other scene has, like, Jordan Belfort with a stripper or with some sort of escort.
Yeah.
And this is often when he has Margot Robbie at home as his wife, and like that's not enough for him. He needs to.
And on top of that, like he is the woman that she was the mistress at one point. You know what I mean? It's just
it's going to be an endless cycle because all he can do is consume because he's just a monster built out of money.
Right.
And an addict, as he confesses. As he confesses to his great aunt.
I think you might have a drug problem.
Like one of the great scenes is Jordan's on his yacht and he's in the middle of a lot of his legal trouble. This is toward the middle of the movie, and he realizes he needs to get to Switzerland to talk to his Swiss banker about some stuff.
Yes.
So the captain's like, I don't know, we're going to run through some chop. Which is the most undersell of the century. They're about to drive through like the worst storm ever.
The worst hurricane ever, yeah.
And then they're like, the rogue wave hits them and their yacht sinks. But like right before that, Jonah Hill, who's also in this movie and is Jordan Belfort's right-hand man, Leo's just like, if I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna die fucking sober.
Get the fucking loose. Don't worry, honey. I'm a master diver. Ain't nobody dying on my dime. I'm a master diver, baby.
Hold on, baby. Honey. Daddy! What? Hold on, baby. I won't die, Jordan. I did a lot of bad shit. I'm going to hell, Jordan. Fucked up. I fucked up so bad. Get the nudes downstairs. What are you saying? Get the nudes. I can't go down there. It's flooded. It's 3 feet of water down there. I will not die sober. Get those fucking loads. Okay. Go. Okay. I got him.
So let's really get into the performance test real quick. because I feel like we've been talking about this for a while. Leonardo DiCaprio, this is probably his finest performance of his career. I would say, at least it's up there in performances. I still think his role as Master Candy in Django is probably his best role ever, but I think this one is a close second. He does so much in this movie. There's a lot of yelling, a lot of performance art where you're just like, he's kind of rolling around and then he's kind of comedic at the same time. He does quite a bit, and I think it's a wonderful performance, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's really tuned into the key of this movie, which is just raucous, cocaine-fueled, just absolute madness so much of the time. This is a movie that starts at 11 out of 10 and just kind of careens like Jordan on the Quaaludes driving home.
Yeah.
Just smashes into the different scenes
Right.
that are insane moment by moment. If you just run through this movie moment by moment, there's so many great scenes.
Yeah.
Not all of them are plot necessary.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm forgetting the name of the editor, but she works with Scorsese in a lot of his movies. She's admitted we could have made a shorter cut of this movie, but the performances were so great that I didn't want to leave anything on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
You could cut a lot of Jonah Hill shit.
Sure.
But why would you?
I mean,
because
you could
it's
cut
hilarious.
the whole scene with him and John Bernthal, where they, the scene where he pulls up, because originally they got some static between each other, because John Bernthal hates that Jonah Hill's character is just a drunk fucking asshole all the time, and so Jonah Hill pretends he's drunk when he pulls up with this briefcase of cash or whatever, and then they have this whole banter, and then it ends up where John Bernthal is arrested because the money falls out the case and the cops see it. You could have cut that whole scene,
right?
But the scene is great, and it's just really more so in service of the characters too. This kind of slapstick comedy.
I'm smart. I make $1 million deals with smart, important people, unlike you. People who don't sucker punch people when they're scared, okay?
I'm scared,
And
huh?
by the way, I haven't gotten an apology yet for that.
Apology, huh?
I check my fucking messages every day when I
Did
come
you?
home from work. My answering
didn't get
machine,
one, huh?
zero. I got a blinking light because I don't have shit from you.
Right. You know what? You got a
I got
big
my
fucking
wife.
mouth.
I got my wife checking the messages every 45 minutes, calling the office. Saying, has Brad apologized yet? Is there an apology message on the machine?
apology.
I
You
don't
know
have
what?
jack shit. You know what? That's not how you treat
Yeah,
people.
you got a big fucking mouth. You know, I'm gonna give you a fucking pass. Just give me the case.
Oh,
Son,
you're
get
gonna
outta here.
give me a pass.
Look, it's a figure of fucking speech.
Oh my
Just give me
gosh, the
fucking...
Emperor of Foxville came down from Foxville to give me a
Foxville,
pass.
huh?
Hey, what are the citizens of Foxville doing today when the Emperor's gone? Is it mayhem? Are people looting and raping? What are all the little fuckheads doing while you're here? Hey, you back the fuck.
Well, Brad first tells Donnie that, okay, you get a pass on this one. He's like, oh, a pass? You're giving me a pass? And he says, oh my God, the Emperor of Foxville came down from Foxville to give me a pass. Hey, what are the citizens of Foxville doing today when their Emperor's gone? Is it mayhem? Are people looting and raping? This is honestly and seriously the funniest movie that Scorsese has ever made.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it feels like Jonah Hill kind of brings some of the energy that he brought from making movies like Superbad, that are full of people just riffing and making jokes.
Yeah.
And that seems like it was kind of the filming philosophy that they gave. They're like, we're going to shoot some examples that are the script, and then we're just going to riff.
Right.
And it has this loosey-goosey energy throughout the whole movie where a lot of characters get little moments to shine. And they, just like the lifestyle of the characters it's portraying, the movie itself is very excessive.
Yeah.
Like Jordan's big speech when he's under investigation, he's been asked to step down and basically become an informant. And the I'm not fucking leaving speech, I forgot how long that goes on, because I'm not fucking leaving is the middle point of the speech.
Yeah.
You think of it as the climax, but then he has more ranting
Right.
and raving to go on after that. It's
Because he goes through and he talks about all the lives he's changed and stuff. That's a really long scene. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I love this movie, and It's when it started, like the Matthew McConaughey scene can seem a little like, I was watching it and I was like, this is a little blatant. This is a little over the top. Like how simply he's laying out that like everything here is fraudulent.
Yeah.
It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi.
It almost seems like something you would stumble upon, right?
Yeah,
Instead
like-
of just to be told outright.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one scene showing something that I'm sure Jordan learned over maybe years and months.
But also when he goes and talks to the pink sheet guy, when he first gets to that little company.
Who's the Spike Jonze, the director of Where the Wild Things Are, in several other great films.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. But he talks to that guy, and that guy is like blatant, like what we're doing is not technically legal.
Yeah.
I just like you would. What if he was like a cop? You don't know this guy. Why are you telling him that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I will say, but I want to get into a couple more characters though.
Go ahead.
Jonah Hill again, Donnie Asloff. He has a fantastic performance. Again, I think this is probably another career high for Jonah Hill.
What's funny, I don't remember if he's nominated. He's certainly nominated. I don't remember if he won, but for the movie Moneyball is the one where Jonah Hill like actually got all his Academy dues.
Oh, okay.
But I think this is just not the type of movie that the Academy was going to award because it got nominated for several things, several performances, and didn't win any of them. But I agree that Jonah Hill is crushing it in this movie, and this movie is just very in tune with what Jonah Hill brings to the table.
Yeah, I mean, he's very much comedic relief, but I mean, also like most of the characters are, especially like Jordan's whole posse. Mm-hmm. They're all just a bunch of goofballs. Mm-hmm. And then you have like Margot Robbie. Great performance from her as well. She has some really great lines too.
And this is Margot Robbie's like debut. We didn't know who Margot Robbie was when The Wolf of Wall Street came out.
See, I didn't know that.
So this is kind of her big screen debut, and yeah, she runs away with it. And
she killed it.
Soon becomes a massive star of her own, like almost immediately.
She's my second favorite Scorsese wife. First is obviously Sharon Stone.
Margot Robbie is no Sharon Stone.
No, she's no Sharon Stone, but she's a close second.
She is.
I will say she's pretty great. One of my favorite lines from her is like, "Who? What are you, a fucking owl?"
Yeah. There's that whole morning fight with Jordan Belfort about was it who's Autumn or who's
Who's Venice?
Who's Venice?
Venice is we're going to Venice to talk to some investors.
Then
You
it's
were saying
smash
Venice
cuts to
in your sleep.
a scene to like a dominatrix named Venice that's like pegging Jordan Belfort and dropping wax on him.
Don't you dare throw that water at me again. Margot Robbie is great. Also, John Bernthal. He was another like. This was probably his biggest movie at the time as well. He was like fresh off of Walking Dead, and I believe like Walking Dead was like his first big role ever. Mm-hmm. What's his name who directed that? Kind of just found John Bernthal on the street one night.
Frank Darabont.
Frank Darabont, yes. But he landed a great role in Wolf of Wall Street. He's like this shady pill dealer that Jordan just happens to be friends with.
That like lives at home. Like he's got the whole like Goodfellas like, Ma!
Yeah.
Are you making chicken in there?
John Favreau, Kyle Chandler, Ethan Suplee. We know him from as Elastic from
Oh yeah. Elastic.
from Remember the Titans. Jake Hoffman. You got a bunch of people. It's a stacked fucking cast.
Jake Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman's son as Steve Madden, the shoe retailer.
Yeah.
The shoe designer, who is the first IPO they launched. So it's the first stock they get to bring to market, which is a big deal for their company. And they have Steve Madden show up to do a speech because he's not this like manic, drug-fueled, like zany corporate type. The room turns on him like
Just
almost
chucking stuff at
immediately.
him.
And then I love how Jordan's like kind of like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, this guy is gonna make us so fucking rich.
I want to suck you off, Steve.
Oh, that's something Spike Jonze also says. A lot of sex talk, a lot of sex happening. And Spike Jonze says is if you sell $6,000 worth of penny talks, I'll suck you off. And I hope it happens.
And I hope it happens. Yes. Okay, so the credits say Steve Buscemi and Gene Hackman. Where?
No, false. That's Google giving you false results. None of them are in there. I don't
I
think
was going to say.
they're not in there at all.
You would utilize those actors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of skipped past him, and I think he is a overlooked actor in a role.
PJ Byron?
No, that's Rugrat, right?
Yeah.
Rugrat's great, but
Yeah,
I want to talk about Kyle Chandler, who is a very everyman actor.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I think of as the father of Millie Bobby Brown in the Godzilla movies.
Yes. Yes.
He's the father of the one kid in Super 8. He's a man that has roles where it's like cop, dad.
But not just any cop, like this straight arrow
The
cop.
straight arrow cop. The most, he really gets a lot of roles that could be very vanilla and often are. But in the great yacht scene where Kyle Chandler first visits Leo, and Leo, like many rich men, thinks he's the smartest man in the room and ahead of the curve, and has this ego that won't let him think, maybe I should just shut up in the presence of these federal agents that he chose to call up and invite to his yacht against the advice of his lawyer.
Right.
And during the course of the conversation, he basically intimates that he's willing to bribe them to the tune of tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars to make them go away.
Yeah.
And they have this whole conversation where you realize, once again, Leo's being, I think, kind of like a given co-star, where Kyle Chandler's actually has the upper hand, and he doesn't reveal it until minute 5, where he's like, can you say that all again?
Yeah.
Say it again. The part, because it sounded like you were going to try to bribe a federal officer. Yeah. And he's like, it'll be so great. Lovely boat. Best damn boat I've ever been on. When I take it away from you.
What kind of hero I'm going to look like to the Bureau when I seize this?
And
he got his ass.
It's such a thankless role, or it could be if it wasn't written a little bit more fun and has fun in that scene.
Absolutely.
And I think Kyle Chandler's just a everyman actor that rarely gets the opportunity to do fun things like he did in that scene.
Yes.
And it's toe to toe. I don't sit there and think, oh, Leo's eating off his plate. No.
Yeah.
He's just as great. And just sort of our that guy MVP, where you're like, I've seen that guy in something.
What if it was an intern? What is an intern making a deal like that?
Well, in that situation, in that particular trade, and with one trade, north of $500,000. And I do that for anybody, anybody that needs the proper guidance.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it. Just the same way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, come on, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
don't know
Just
what
say
you're
the same.
talking-
I think what Jordan just did is if I'm not mistaken, you just tried to bribe a federal
No,
officer.
technically I didn't bribe anybody.
No, that's not the
Technically,
conversation I heard,
no.
Jordan.
According to the U.S. Criminal Code, there needs to be an exact dollar figure for the exchange of services. That would not hold up in a court of law.
That's not how I heard it.
No. That's the truth. But I want to tell you this.
Yeah.
The same gentleman that told me that you tried to get your broker's license also told me that you were a straight arrow.
He ran a security check on me.
Well, when you sail on a boat fit for a Bond villain, sometimes you need to play the part, right? I think it's time you both get the fuck off my boat. What do you say?
You know, Jordan, I'll tell you something. Most of the Wall Street jackasses that I bust,
Yeah.
they're to the manor born.
Is that right?
Yeah. Their fathers are douchebags, just like their fathers before them. But you, Jordan, you got this way all on your own.
Did I?
Good for you, little man.
Little man.
Good for you.
Me, the little man.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. Honestly, I'm not bullshitting here. This is one of the nicest boats that I've ever been on. I gotta tell you.
I bet it is.
And you know what I was just thinking too? The fucking hero that I'm gonna be back at the office when the Bureau seizes this fucking boat. Because fuck, Jordan, look at this thing. It's beautiful. You get the beautiful girls there. It's wonderful.
All right, get the fuck off my boat.
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other Real soon.
I'm sure. Good luck on that subway ride home to your miserable, ugly fucking wives. I'm gonna have Heidi lick some caviar off my balls in the meantime. Hey, you guys wanna take some lobsters for your ride home? Fucking miserable pricks. I know you can't afford them. Fucking cheap fucks. Fucking miserable pricks.
He's got that guy's face for
Yeah.
sure. I also forgot Rob Reiner. He plays Mad Max Belfort.
Yeah.
He's got great lines as well. Everybody has just got.
Who the fuck's calling me on Tuesday night?
I felt that too. And because they're trying to watch the fucking Equalizer.
His wife's like, you're missing it. You're missing. He's like, tell me something I don't know.
Oh, Steve Buscemi was in that scene. He was in the Equalizer show. That's why he gets the credit. And fucking Gene Hackman was the Equalizer, right?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But yes, I remember Steve Buscemi flashing up on the screen for an ad or something.
Okay, that's why they get the credit in that. But anyways, Rob Reiner, great lines. Everybody, like you were saying, gets a moment to shine. Joanne Lumley, I've seen her before. She plays Aunt Emma. She is subtly trying to fuck Jordan. Kind of.
Is she?
I don't know.
Or that's another one of those scenes where it's like unreliable narrator, where you're watching. Jordan is convinced
she wants to fuck him. Yeah.
And there's a couple scenes where Scorsese does the internal monologue being told to the audience as it cuts to each person.
He just fucking hit on me.
Yeah. And he also does that with the Swiss bank. Swiss banker.
Yep.
Just one of many filmmaking tricks that Scorsese chooses to do.
Okay, I just want to shout out one scene with Jonah Hill, the new issue scene. There's some guy in the office, and I think it's some guy that's popular in commercials. Thomas Middleditch or something. Yep, Thomas Middleditch, and he does commercials.
I think he was in those, Apple versus Mac or Mac versus PC commercials.
I think it was the PC
he's,
commercials.
He's like Apple in those commercials.
But anyways, he's got a bow tie on and he's cleaning his fish tank. And fucking Jonah Hill comes over. On no issue day, on cocksucking no issue day. This is what happens to your pets when you fuck with, or this is what happens when you fuck with your pets on New Issue Day. And then he swallows the fish. Just great fucking scenes, man.
And honestly, on that guy, because if you've worked there for any amount of days, this is not the place to bring a vulnerable animal.
No, you don't fuck around on New Issue Day.
Clearly not. And there's a lot of fun to be had and a lot of fun scenes, but I think where this movie really nails it, and it doesn't really twist the knife until the last 40 minutes or so of the downfall and downside of this man's manic addiction and
what he turns into
and what he turns into and how impossible he is to be around, which starts with the Quaalude scene.
Yeah.
Where basically Jonah Hill, because he's needs to get his mind off the fact that they're probably all going to be in legal trouble because John Bernthal just got arrested and it's his fault.
Yeah.
He shows up with these Quaaludes that are old. They're delayed. And at the same time as the Quaaludes start hitting Jordan Belfort, a.k.a. Leo, he's on the phone with his lawyer finding out that all his wires are tapped and that the FBI is onto him.
Yeah.
And then don't make any deals on the phone. And he calls home and finds out that Jonah Hill's on the phone trying to talk business.
To the Swiss guy.
Talking to the Swiss banker. And just how long the takes are and how obscene that scene gets.
Yeah.
And this is all unfolding in front of little Skyla.
Yeah.
Jordan's 2-year-old daughter.
Yeah. The brilliance of that scene is that it starts off like slapstick comedy, and then just slowly you just start feeling this is awful.
Yeah,
I mean, it's almost uncomfortable to watch.
Your stomach turns, and you're like, Jesus, Jordan is a fuck up.
Yeah,
he's so bad. He should not be a father. He should not be in a home with children, and he probably shouldn't be in the home with a spouse.
He shouldn't. He should also not have the power that he has. You know what I mean? And the influence and the wealth.
And he's shot to the top so quickly because he is making insider trades with his rat holes, which is what John Bernthal is, with people holding stocks for him and insider trading on his behalf. But yeah, the Quaalude scene just really twist the knife on you, as well as sort of like the Margot Robbie final sex scene / I want a divorce.
Yeah.
Where he essentially rapes her, or like he's like,
it was her last time.
Won't listen to no, and then she's finally like,
she
okay,
gives in.
This will be the last time. I'm serious, Jordan. This is the last time. And then, like, as that scene unfolds post-coitus, he beats the fuck out of her, basically.
Yeah.
Like, the camera stays in the bedroom, kind of thankfully, as she marches away into the bathroom, and then he follows her and socks her in the stomach. And that's kind of the last time we see Margot Robbie and Leo DiCaprio together.
Yeah. And then he gets Skylar and puts her in the car, and he gets in the car accident while she's in there.
Yeah. After, because he's stressed, he finds a stash of coke, and he's just manically. Well,
he rips open. It's in his like couch cushions. He's just ripping it open, pulling it. There's feathers everywhere, and he's a mess. Yeah, and I think, like you were saying earlier, how this movie is like almost like an analogy for just being high in the first place. Because you start off with you're skyrocketing, right? And then you have that like faltering point where now I'm sad and depressed. You know, like the come down is always the hardest part, right?
Yeah. Or like the guy it's fun to be drunk and strung out on like a Saturday night, but it's Monday morning and you're acting like this.
Yeah.
You know, like that goes from it's a party to it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's I almost feel like segments might not work for this movie because we're just kind of talking about it. I almost want to talk about some themes.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
But I do want to talk It's an Art real quick before we get into that. I will say I think this is a technical masterpiece. This is one of his most grandiose films. It's definitely like an epic, and like you were saying earlier, Casino is probably the closest thing to it as far as like the sets, the amount of people on screen at one time, just the choreography. It's amazing. It's got that kind of digital look to it. Obviously, this is a movie made in 2013, but there's some really great shots still. And the movie looks really good. I'll say that. It's very clean in that digital way, but I enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a choice made to do voiceover, but the way that they do voiceover isn't conventional. Like, never in Casino or in Goodfellas do we hear our protagonists, like, kind of address the screen and just say, like, this is what's going on right now. This is what's happening. I might be...
Well, I mean, like,
Casino?
I'm thinking Casino when Robert De Niro's kind of, like, explaining the ins and outs of the casino.
Yeah.
Like, what this specific room is used for.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, I don't know, is that what you mean? Or it's like,
well,
or what, like,
I mean, like,
hold on. The one scene where Jordan is talking about, they're all taking these Quaaludes and they're playing pool. And he's like, look, and looks like the Quaaludes are making it, working its magic on Donnie right now.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Where he's like addressing the audience, but about what's going on. Like
yeah, stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
like when he's describing his like new investment and opening the IPO, and then he kind of goes like, I know you guys aren't really following me, so fuck all that. The idea is that we got filthy rich.
Yeah.
You know? There's a lot of like addressing the camera, and it doesn't, and it kind of comes in and out of like a normal scene. Like, it will start a scene where he's addressing the camera, and then it will transition into being like a typical scene where he's addressing other characters.
I guess there is some of that in like Casino. I'm thinking about when Nicky Santoro or whatever, it's at the end where they're going into the cornfield, and, you know, he's doing his whole spiel, and then he gets hit with the bat, and he like audibly reacts to that kind of thing. I don't know. Same kind of thing, I guess.
I guess it is a trick that Scorsese's pulled before, but just the... and again, he's the master of like these long takes with like running camera. It's running through all kinds of characters and mania happening in the background. Meanwhile, and it's all very choreographed. And it's just really the style of the edit, and also the music that they choose to kind of drive the action and the edit. Like almost every time there's a cut to a new location, there's like a new music sting.
Yeah.
Or sometimes a music will change up in the middle of the scene.
Yeah.
Like the scene where the marching band shows up and they're throwing the little people around.
Yeah.
Like it starts with one song and then it slowly transitions as we like cut into slow-mo.
Yeah.
And it turns into this like very reverb-filled blues song. It's the music is really like a radio dial. Like it's just constantly tuning around, which again I think puts you in that manic, drug-fueled.
Well, it's like you're at a nightclub, you know what I mean, where the DJ is like cutting the tracks and stuff. And I talking about the marching band scene with the strippers. That scene is amazing. It looks great too, but it really captures the manic side of like everything that's going on. But it's a very heightened reality at the same time, because there's just no way.
Yeah, I think in reality that's like a conflation of multiple events that happened, you know, over the course of years, but we're just having it all happen at the same time. But yeah, it's wild, and there's not a moment that ever feels off, and there's a lot of great, just strange stylistic choices, like when Jordan Belfort is pivoting to be like a self-help financial guru, and he's filming his infomercial, and we see the whole infomercial, and he's like wrapping it up, stepping out of his helicopter.
Yeah.
And in the sort of 4:3 aspect ratio of the infomercial being filmed, all of a sudden the FBI agents like invade the frame and arrest Jordan in the middle of him filming his commercial, all while presented as if it's part of the commercial.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of great. Like Scorsese was really just.
They also have like the home video scenes where they're like filming his wedding, which is also used against him later on in the film. But those are all great as well. And I guess there's like real footage you can find online of these actual parties and stuff that they used to have, his wedding footage, and you can see his parents talking and stuff. It's pretty interesting if you kind of delve down the rabbit hole of the real Jordan Belfort. Unfortunately, now he does like podcasting and stuff. And he's one of those like guru types, I think, now.
Yeah. Imagine. But the world is apparently full of these people that, like, Jordan Belfort at some point is very angry that he had a negative article in the Wall Street Journal or whatever that called him like the Robin Hood, some sort of messed up Robin Hood that robs the rich,
takes from the rich and gives to himself.
Gives it to himself.
Yeah.
And then the next day, his office is overran by like 20-somethings in suits trying to get a entry-level job there.
Yeah.
Greed is a powerful force. Money's the most powerful drug, and that's really driven home by a lot of the artistic decisions made here with the music and the cutting style and the way that sometimes like a sound from one scene will play over the next transition. Like Matthew McConaughey's little chant like plays over the edit into the next scene, and things kind of just bleed together and just never stop. Shall we talk about the ideas and themes?
Let's do it.
And hey, what are you trying to say?
Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, let me just get that last measurement on your.
Thank you. You know, I need this for the wedding.
Okay, well,
I need it really quickly. Like
it could take about a week to do.
It could take a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you trying to say? He's trying to say that I'm so big, my bum is so big, you need to order to various countries far away to get enough material to make a pair of pants so I can fit my incredibly obese buttocks into a pair of your specially made little suit.
No, I mean I'm the only one working here this week.
Oh, okay.
So we briefly touched on, we kind of been talking about the themes the entire time. We've been talking about this movie, but again, excess and greed and what it does to somebody. There's a fine line between ambition and greed, you know. And Jordan very much has both, and I believe that like he also has this like self-inflated view of himself, and like you were saying earlier, when he was talking to the cop, he always thinks like, you know, he's the smartest guy in the room, and so really, the money is the mask, and it's used in a way to, like, again, inflate one's ego, but also like hide insecurities. And obviously that's used today very much so. I mean, you can see that in our politicians, these billionaires. I don't really want to get too political, but there are people in the mainstream who their whole thing is like, oh, I'm going to get us to Mars, right? But also, you're not very intelligent. So you use your money to create this aura about yourself, and create this illusion that you are Tony Stark or something. You know, it's interesting, is all I'll say.
Yeah. And I think what a lot of people kind of bounced off of, or maybe walked away from this movie thinking, oh, this is just a celebration of excess. This is like not the Pulp Fiction problem, like the Fight Club problem of, like, are people getting the wrong message? Like the problem people thought about the movie The Joker. I think it's just honest because, like we already covered a little bit, the end of the movie, Jordan gets a couple years in a white-collar prison and is right back out being a financial guru.
Yeah.
Touring the country, filling, hotel ballrooms.
And it's crazy because this movie kind of, like, allows that as well for the real life guy.
And Jordan Belfort is, like, in on the production.
Yeah.
Like, he was, not that he was, like, necessarily, I think, influencing the end product, but he was watching it and being like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess, like many of our best films, this movie is a mirror that we hold up to society. And it says, are you attracted to this man? Do you think do you want to be like him? Do you really want to be like him? This man that, crashed his Lamborghini with his 2-year-old in the front seat. This man that is punched his wife.
That's fucking based, bro.
In the stomach. This man that cheated on his first wife with his second wife and then was constantly cheating on his wife. This man that is a self-professed addict to drugs, money, and sex. Is this your template for success? Are you really going to go pay money and listen to this man speak? Known criminal, man who achieved his wealth through insider trading,
right, and
literal crimes.
Well, it's you can say the same for why did people vote for the felon? You know what I mean? You have all this evidence in front about somebody's character,
yeah,
and you still invest in it.
Yeah,
you want to be a part of it.
There's that quote, who I don't know how to attribute to, but that America doesn't have poor people; it has temporarily embarrassed millionaires. And that's like the mindset.
Yeah.
That, like, I need my lucky break, or if I just did this, or if I just did that, things will be better.
Well,
because it's, this individualistic striving for the top of the mountaintop.
Well, that's what the American dream sells you.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just not.
It's not feasible.
It's not feasible for a lot of people, and it's clearly, as more of the money shifts upward, it's like and a lot of this is happening in, like, the 90s, I believe.
Yes.
Late
80s.
Late 80s,
90s,
early 90s,
yeah.
kind of post-Reagan. The idea of trickle-down economics, where if we give the rich people more money, that will lead to more jobs and more investment in the future.
Right.
Which turned out not to be true. It turns out when you give rich people more money, they just consolidate. Yeah, they just consolidate their money and power through the tables of the government, and just keep that money.
Did you see Elon Musk is, like, on track to be a trillionaire, like, in a couple weeks?
He's been past his trillionaire pay package, and it's like, what is this man?
What are you going to do with, like, what are you going to bring? Are you going to end world hunger?
Yeah, like, hey, what are you going to do with this money? Like, I can't imagine having that much money. Almost no one, obviously no one could, but also, like,
he's going to invest in his RuneScape character or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just, It's gross.
These
slimy.
Rich people make me fucking angry. They make me fucking depressed and disgusted. And if you look at the French Revolution, there is means to deal with those people. I'll just say that.
not getting political, but they did drag them out of their homes and burn them.
Not condoning that.
Look, here's the thing. As Jordan Belfort says in like the first 2 minutes of this movie, that year I made $49 million, and that really pissed me off because it was 3 short of $1 million a week. It's never enough for these people.
No.
They will never be content. Even among their own circles, they find means of competitiveness and ways to be unhappy. In the bleeped out movie that we are covering in the future, it is entirely about sort of like people of wealth and their status symbols and how they choose to like show their status through materialism.
Yeah.
And all this ridiculous stuff.
And also about how, like, I mentioned this to you yesterday, about how, like, bored rich people are dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's just the leading cause of, like, so much strife in the world. It's just bored rich people. And what they choose to do at that time. And yeah.
Yeah, and it's like when you can basically have everything, it's hard to feel something new or exciting again. Yeah. When you can, you have the most beautiful women available at your dime at any point. Yeah. When you have any drug you want at any moment and can, like all that excess, there will never be anything new for you.
Yeah, what's left to do? Oh, maybe I'll just become the fucking Antichrist.
yeah.
Anyways, fuck Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole, but it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
And I will dare say it's one of my favorite Scorsese films. It's definitely better than The fucking Departed, I'll tell you that much.
Way better than The Departed. Oscar-winning film, The Departed.
Maybe not better than Gangs of New York.
That has another scene. Maybe my favorite addressing the camera scene, though.
Which one?
It's when after
Daniel Day?
After Bill the Butcher murders Brendan Gleeson, and he's like, "How do you like the taste of my mutton?" Huh? And he like looks at the camera.
I don't like it. All three of those were Leo movies too.
Yeah, I mean it's a long-running Scorsese and Leo friendship.
Leo, great performance in Killers of Flower Moon as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. I like Leo a lot. And I know you're not a big fan of Leo. He's one of those actors where it's like you look at him and you're supposed to like, oh wow, he's really invested in this character. I don't see Leonardo DiCaprio anymore, but unfortunately you see Leonardo DiCaprio. But I feel like Wolf of Wall Street, I see Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, I think it's a more transformative thing. I think it's just that he's self-selected a lot of roles that kind of bleed together, I think is one of the things. Like this is pretty close to Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
And like Candy's a different, like he has a southern accent, but he's kind of the same guy.
Well, he also, you ever seen Great Gatsby?
Great Gatsby, yeah.
Another
same deal.
Those,
I tried to watch that and I turned it off.
The movie is terrible.
After like a Skrillex needle drop, I was like, I'm turning this shit off. I'm sure this was really cool in 2011. No, thank you, Baz Luhrmann.
There's like Jay-Z songs in that movie. Yeah.
There's a right way to do it.
Roaring 20s too.
There's a right way to do this, like sort of out of time stuff, and like Tarantino's figured out how to do it. Scorsese's had to do it, where they can just like drop a Kanye song in the middle of their movie and it's okay.
Yeah.
It didn't really work out for The Great Gatsby.
Also, the whole movie was just Toby being super gay for Leo. So Toby Maguire. He should not be a leading man in anything other than Spider-Man.
Hollywood definitely decided that. I don't think we're in danger of a comeback.
No, I don't think so.
We're not looking
Every
around.
time I see Tobey Maguire, too, he just looks like he hates everything. So funny. I hope he's okay. But
All right, let's let the hate flow through you, where we air out our annoyances and our complaints.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
okay, so you know how we always say the movie that we use as an example for this is Scott Pilgrim,
Yeah.
right? The excess overload, where Scott Pilgrim is like the pinnacle of excess, but done right. Where does Wolf of Wall Street fall on that aspect?
I think because it's so thematically relevant that it's fine that it's so excessive. In my mind, I do find the runtime to be excessive, and it's like hard to like. I took a walk and got some food in the middle of this movie and came back and finished the final hour and a half.
Yeah,
you know, like I kind of, and this is short compared to Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Like there's a part of me that wishes this was the director's cut and there was an edit of this movie that was like 2.5 hours,
Sure,
or 2:20. Like I might have rewatched this movie more if that was the case, because I think I've maybe watched this movie 3 times in my life, and I watched it once in the theater, so I've like watched it once since then, and then once for the podcast. Because it is such a commitment,
right,
to watch. But when I watch it, I'm also like, I don't want to really take out any of these scenes.
Right.
Even the ones that aren't really plot relevant, like Jonah Hill getting John Bernthal arrested.
Yeah.
Like it's could have been shorter, and I don't know if it would have made it better.
Right. So I mean, for me, runtime never really bothers me, especially if it's a movie that's like really engaging. I figure you can always pause it, come back to it whenever you want. This is also for like Pania. This is a comfort movie for her, and so she'll put this on every once in a while, and like I love it too, so it's just on in the background sometimes, and so I end up watching it a couple times a year, and I own it on Blu-ray now, so it's in my library. But yeah, I don't get tired of this one. There are movies that I get tired, like Scorsese films specifically, that I do get tired of. Goodfellas is one of them, just because I've seen it so much, and it's definitely like the first of that formula that he made. So I feel like, I don't know, I've seen it 1,000 times at this point because I've seen all of his other films. So that's not one of them, one that I go back to quite as much. But Wolf of Wall Street will always be one of those movies that I go back to. Some things that I don't like about it, though, I would say the gratuitousness of like the nudity is not like, how do I explain this really? Like, it's not that it's like necessarily too much, because I've watched Game of Thrones and that's like softcore porn basically, but this is almost just like distracting from the plot a little bit. I don't know. And also you're kind of just watching these guys sexually assault these women for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of awkward is what I'll say. Like there's this one scene where he said they like rented out this penthouse in Vegas, and then it's the aftermath of this party, and Leo is like walking through this like sea of bodies as to go look out the window of this Vegas hotel room, and he just goes and squeezes this girl's boob. Yeah. I'm like, that is sexual assault. Like she did not consent to that.
I mean,
you know? It just kind of bothered me a little bit.
They could have. Like that could have been agreed to. But yeah, that's like becomes one of his like tics, is that he's constantly grabbing titties when he walks past.
Yeah.
It's
he's
weird.
A sex addict too. I mean, that's part of his character. I get it. But also too, it's like, okay, I get it now. I get it. He likes to fuck. They all like to fuck and do cocaine. It's a lot all the time. And I just feel like it's not necessary in every single scene that you have, especially when you showcase the Office, you know? And like, it's like we have these designated fuck zones and stuff. I'm just like, okay, this is like borderline, like we're just being edgy for the sake of being edgy, you know?
Yeah, and it's also because we're showing that Jordan Belfort's a bad guy, and like it's not played super dark. And I think, I don't know, like if you made this movie with a different tone, it might just be so punishing because you are around these guys that are terrible all the time. Yeah. So it's like, on one sense it makes it a watchable movie, but when he's like describing the 3 levels of prostitutes, and there's like the hottest one, the middle one, and then
Your pink sheets,
and
the
then
skanks.
and then the
Yeah.
one that you need to get a penicillin shot after, and it's
Yeah.
like her getting fucked with 30 men waiting in the wings. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, what does that actress feel about that scene?
Sure.
You know, being the maybe a high 6 or whatever he says out of 10.
Right.
Like being that example as that scene. It's a complicated thing, and it's like I also think it works into the themes of the movie, but also some of it is like is it just gross?
And then
that
also
we're doing
going back
this?
to like what you were saying about like people missing the point. 'Cause
Yeah.
some people will watch that and be like, "Fucking based, man. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. They're fucking all these hoes."
I wish I could fuck at my office.
Yeah, dude. I wish I could take a penicillin shot. Like, yeah, I just feel like I don't know. Because Scorsese does this with his other films too, where it's like it's borderline glorifying this certain lifestyle, like especially the romanticism of like the mafia. Right. But of course, then he undercuts it by having these like slow descents at the end. I get it. I don't know. I also just think like sometimes it's a little distasteful.
Yeah, it's like you don't really want the movie to have to like turn to the camera and be like, and these are bad guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the one scene, like I'm thinking Casino, where Nicky Santoro, again, stabs some guy with a pen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. This dude's a fucking maniac. Like, we don't need to, I don't know. There's just these little things where...
You made me put your head in a fucking vice for that guy.
For that piece of shit.
Yeah, it's excessive. Certainly. I do, in my mind, I think it is kind of balanced out by moments. But I worry that people don't get it.
They don't.
I do. Because, like, when I watch the scene where he's high on the plane and then he gets strapped down and they, like, cut to what he's doing, like, it's kind of played for laughs. But I'm like, that is sexual assault.
Yeah.
That is happening.
Right.
But also the point it's making is he lands in Switzerland and they're like, Mr. Belfort, you are free to go. Because he's this rich fucker that gets away with everything. And he is a rich fucker that got away with everything.
Yeah. You called the captain the N-word. Yeah, he was very upset.
Sounds like something a late podcaster would say. No specifics.
Joe Rogan? No.
He's not late.
Well, his comedy career is...
Yeah. Okay. Shall we ask our final question? Is this a perfect movie?
You lost a baby brother. Perfect in every way. I had a baby brother. I had a little baby brother. And he was perfect. Perfect in every way.
Fuck yeah. Movie's fucking based, man.
So fucking sick. I love it so fucking much.
Dude, like, seriously, man, like, we just need to turn into, like, a Red Pill podcast after this.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, man, just, like, literally Jordan Belfort is, like, one of my idols. Like,
I actually use this movie as like a template for my life. It's
Yeah.
really like what I want to achieve in my life.
yeah, like, seriously, man, I was just watching this movie, and it's like, if you don't feel inspired by this fucking movie, man, like, you just get up off your ass and do something. You know what I mean?
You know, when Jordan Belfort's sitting by his pool, soon to be divorced, drinking NA beer, talking about how being soberness sucks, I agree with that.
I agree with that, too. You know, that's why I take these Herbalife medicated tablets. And, you know, I use these about 5 times a day. I take them once in the morning, once at night, and then 5 other times during the day as well. And it makes me feel so much better, and my sobriety has been better for it.
It's a perfect movie. We'll put it on the list. Certainly. But Jordan Belfort's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Just because he's a bad guy don't mean he's a bad guy.
$26,000 for appetizers? What did they cure cancer? Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. They did cure cancer. That's why they were so expensive.
Why do you hold it in, Max?
It's a movie filled with endless, like, watchable scenes. Whether or not some people get it isn't really the fault of the movie. And the fact that it reflects our broken society, I wouldn't find it to be a fault of the film.
It honestly makes me more depressed.
It's just brutally honest. Yeah. You should walk away feeling sad.
Yeah, because, like, these rich fucks own everything.
And can get away with...
And they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Anything. Yeah. Welp, that's not going to change.
No, it's not.
But we are going to watch another movie about a rich person being bad next week.
$430,000 in 1 month, Jordy? Huh? $430,000 fucking dollars in 1 fucking month.
Morning, they're business expenses. Relax.
Business expenses?
Yes.
Jordy, look what you got here.
What?
Look at this. $26,000 for 1 fucking dinner.
Okay, no. This could be explained. Dad, we had the Pfizer clients.
Right, the porterhouse from
The
Argentina.
expensive champagne, the wine. We had to buy champagne, and you ordered all the fucking sides. Tell them about the sides.
I
you
ordered
ordered.
the sides, so...
Sides?
Yeah.
Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer. That's the problem. That's why they were expensive.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious. I know.
Stop.
EJ Entertainment.